Hello guys, hello everyone. I think every one of you must have come across either one of our advertisements on LinkedIn, or you could have been made aware of the same through other Instagram channels. And well, I would love to welcome you all to today's webinar session for Advanced Certification program, which is where we will be covering the topic of data visualization 101. And we have our mentor, Akash Maurya, who works as the data scientist at Deloitte. And he will be the one who will be taking care of the major part of the fundamentals and everything about data visualization. And he will also show you a lot of practical implication of the same thing. And apart from that, he will also give you theoretical knowledge about data visualization and how data science is a very, not just booming field in the industry, but also a very relevant one. And he'll also help you with all the live applications of it. So join with us, stay tuned with us, and soon around I think 7:15 we will start with the session for the topic, and we'll just wait a little more time for everybody to join the meet and be present here. Okay, I think I have a question from Kunal Kumar to everyone who is asking us right now that after this session, is there a certificate that is provided? So Kunal, this session, I'll clarify this for everybody else also who is here. So this is a webinar session where we will tell you about the importance of data visualization 101 and the importance of data science in today's corporate world. Okay, so apart from that, the takeaways from this webinar will be that, okay, wait, we have another question. One second. So there is this webinar on IT certified data scientist because we have, yes. So Skillvertex has recently launched a new program, which is IT certified data scientist program, in which we have collaborated with IIT Roorkee, and we have launched a 3-month data science program in which you will not only be taught and mentored by industry mentors and experts, but you will also get the certification of this program from IIT Roorkee. And apart from that, we will also help you with a lot of placement assistance because this program includes that as well. And we will also connect you to a lot of hiring partners that are in touch with us. Right now, Skillvertex is booming in the hiring partners section. We have partnered with more than 70 plus companies and corporates that are out there. So that is everything there. Okay, we have a lot of Q&As. Guys, we will actually get to the Q&As once I think the session gets over, because at first we will be explaining you how data science works in the industry, and then we will also talk to you about our program which we have recently launched and what are the great takeaways of that program. And after that we will of course cover all these topics like how much a fresher can get and all of that thing. Okay, so stay tuned. We will start in another 2 minutes. Okay, Akash? You're okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you guys can hear me loud and clear. So we are just going to wait for a little moment, let other folks join, and then we'll start in a couple of minutes. Yeah, I'm audible loud and clear, right?
Yeah, Akash, you're nicely audible. By the way, yeah, so there, I think I will answer a few questions in the chat because we would love to have everyone engage in this session as well. So, guys, by the way, if there are any questions that you have, or you want it to be a more participating kind of a session, then you can, of course, interact with us through the chat. And beyond that, if you want to speak as well, given for some point, then you can just request the same in the chat, and given how the webinar continues forward, we will decide the same for this thing, and we will give you some space to talk as well. We have a few questions, so I will do one thing. So the minimum maximum package and all these kind of technical details are already mentioned on our website about the package, about the program. So I will drop the link of the program in the chat. So anybody who has these kind of doubts, I mean, very pertaining to the digits and the analytics of the program, then they can of course refer to the website page at the same time while they are listening everything that will be told about this program. And along with this, we will also tell you how we will be, how we came across this collaboration with IT Roorkee, and what is the aim for us to launch this program in the market, and what kind of bridges that a lot of sectors in our education and placement market right now are facing, that we are trying to bridge with this. Okay. And one thing that I would like to clarify for everybody who is here, you do not have to feel at all alien or anything if you are maybe a specific working professional, or if you are a student who is someone who is maybe in their second year also. This program is almost out there for everyone, and everyone can benefit from this. Of course, it is given that people who are very specifically looking for placements, it is a great webinar and a great program for them, because we all know about the importance of IIT in Indian market, but apart from that, we also know how it has increased a lot over the years in foreign market as well. So one certification like this can take your resume to places where you have been trying to go to for the longest time. Okay, for data, we have a question from Nitin Srinivas, which is for data visualization, is Power BI or okay? I think it's a very technical question. I think Akash can answer it better. All right. So I think everybody is excited for this also. Everybody is participating. I will transfer it over to you, Akash. Carry on with the webinar. Go ahead.
Yeah. So thank you. Thank you so much for this. Thank you for honoring me to have this webinar, guys. So I'll just introduce myself. Hi, guys. I'm Akash Maurya. I'm currently working as a data scientist in Deloitte. I'm handling the clients from all over the world. Right now, I have served more than 15 and 20 clients in the Deloitte. So I have served the clients from Europe, from America, from South Africa, from Africa. I mean all the continents out there. And I must say one thing. I must say one thing that is there is that this visualization tool. Somebody asked the questions about Power BI and Analytics and Tableau as well. So I'll just come to that in a moment. And before that, I'll just give you a brief understanding of that. These technical questions, we'll take it at the end of the session. And before that, let's start this one. So basically, there is a huge gap what industry is teaching us, and I mean what colleges are teaching us, and what the industry demands actually. So basically, there is this webinar. I mean the course that we have here in our hand of the IT certified masterclass that we have is basically bridges that gap. I know that what the things, what the technologies or the tools that we are using here. I know that, right? So I will tell you exactly what we are using, and what we are going to use in future. So that you can keep yourself updated throughout the time. And remember that the thing that we are using right now may not be relevant later as well. So we are going to give you that roadmap, not only in this session as well, but also in our certified program as well, that how can you keep yourself updated with the current technologies that we have, and also and also to the upcoming market as well, and how can you present yourself like in front of your companies. And somebody asked about the the highest package. So that totally depends on depends on you how you sell yourself. So you must have that marketing skill as well, how you present yourself in front of the company. All we are here to tell you that how can you do that, but at the end it's in your hand, because company is going to interview you. So it's up to your hand. So let's start this session, guys. I'll not waste my your time a lot in this one. So let's start this data visualization 101. This the motto of this webinar is to tell you about what is visualization, how visualization can tell us about what we are doing and more effectively. So all these things are going to be there, and what is the roadmap if you want to learn this. Remember that in 1 hour you are going to get a lot more insights. What are the things, what are the ways to learn this? And remember that this is not the only webinar that we are going to have. In forward, we also have a course, and before that we are also going to have other webinars as well. So this webinar especially focuses on the visualization and how you can learn this and how can you implement this and make yourself up and ready for the market. So let's start this one. Okay, so what is the power of data visualization? So basically, if I ask you, if I show you a particular data and then I show you the graph for that, so definitely you will be able to understand the difference between that. So data visualization is a very, very powerful thing that visualize, that actually transform a very non-looking, non-good looking, numerical tables into a very good looking data that we want, and we can get the insights from that. So we can use charts and graphs and all. And especially today in our data driven world, it is ability to understand the data, ability to visualize the data is a very, very crucial thing. And this is something that everyone who are out there in this domain, particularly in the data science domain, they must know about that. So I'll just show you a practical implementation as well. It will not be once again. I will just, before beginning this one again, I will say one thing to you guys. If you have anything, you can clearly ask your questions. Whatever question that you have, you can fire the questions to us in between. I will try to answer that, but try to ask the relevant question. But relevant question, the topic that is going on. If there is another type of question, we will have the question, questionnaire session at the end, so that you can ask all the other type of question which is not relevant or specific to this current topic right now. All right, so let's start this. So along with this, I will also show you the coding implementation, how these things can be done, and how the thing that is not is just the PPT, but also the code and real-time graph that I'm going to make, that also I'm going to share to you guys. Right. So as I said, data visualization is a very, very powerful technique, tool to convince the businesses. See, remember that in our current businesses, current business world, we have a huge amount of data, and there is a very, very much need of understanding and visualizing the data set. Right. So I'll just show you a data. Okay, I'll just show you a data, and then I will also show you the graph for that as well. So for example, if you take this data set, let's say if you see this data set, I think you guys can see my whole screen. If you see this data set, what do you understand here? What you guys understand here with the help of this data set? So basically, this is something that you may not understand. But if I show you the graph for this one, if you see this graph, so this clearly understand that, you can clearly see that those who are from the mathematics background, those you can understand this is sine and cosine curves, right? So by looking into this number, this numerical integers, these numerical arrays, you cannot understand anything. But if I just plot this in this very good, beautiful looking plot, then you can understand that this is a simple cos curve and sine curve, cosine curves, right? Sine and cosine. So this is what happens in our scenarios as well when we try to learn that as well, right? So this is what this visualization brings us the power. Again, what is visualization? In visualization, we try to present the data into different charts and graphs so that people can understand that, right? So this is a very, very understandable thing. Now, why visualization is needed, right? So you know that, as I told you already, that when you see the data, when you see the numbers, you will not be able to understand anything from that. And when you see the visuals, as you can see by the fact that visuals are processed 60,000 times faster than the numbers or any other thing that we see, right? So we can quickly grasp and understand that. So we actually tend to, human eyes and human brains tend to process the visual information very, very clearly, very, very fastly. right? So in order to enhance that process, or in order to harness that process and understand the data much faster, data visualization is a very good way to do that. Other than that, if you have, let's say, if you see the data, let's say if I just show you even a small data, by looking into the numbers, you'll not be able to identify the patterns. But when you see the data going up and down, the linear graph are going up and down, then definitely you'll be able to see the patterns in the data, right? And also it helps us to, it helps us to make the decisions much faster. So when you see the data clearly, right, rather than just seeing the numbers, when you see the data clearly, it helps you to make the decision making very faster than the others, right? And the very key factor of using the data visualization is the storytelling. So moving forward, as I told you guys already about the IIT certified course, so that this particular visualization is a very key factor of that. And not only that, the storytelling, right? The data storytelling is a very crucial topic right now. So whenever you see the data, so I'll tell you what I deal with daily basis on Deloitte, being in Deloitte. So we actually, our team gets the data and we have to tell the insights to the businesses. See, basically Deloitte is a consulting firm. We see the data and we consult the businesses how they can grow and how they can be upmarket in the field. So what we see the data and we see the patterns in the data. And not only the patterns, there are some patterns that technical experts can understand. There are some patterns that even a layman can understand. So we actually present those patterns. We have to choose what kind of patterns they are, what kind of plots we can show them, and what kinds of visualization we have to show them. And not only those visualizations, but those visualizations should be in such a way that it makes a story, right? From the beginning of the data, right? It makes a story that the story should flow. So not, this visualization is not individual, but it also combines with the storytelling with the data, right? So this is a very crucial thing again, right? And now the next thing that we have is the types of visualization that we are going to have, right? So the types of visualization, there are, some of the basic types of visualization, some of the advanced types of visualization. Like we have bar charts, we have line graphs, we have scatter plots, right? We have heat maps, trees, and all that. So I'll just show you again the codes, how it's not, I just don't want it to be, just this PPT session. I don't even like PPTs at all, to be honest, from my side. So you see these kinds of plot that we are making here, right? This is basically, this one is the scatter plot, this one is the line plot. Now this is a bar graph right here. You can see this is a histogram. So every kind of data shows us a different thing about the every kind of plot shows us a different thing about the data. This is a pie chart, and remember that we have a huge amount of plots to choose, but we have to think of the data, basically what kind of data can be presented in which graph better, right? So for some type of data, some specific types of graph are best suited. So we are going to decide on that as well, what kind of data suits what kind of plots as well, right? And now you can see this is a box plot, and for the data scientist, a very must have chart for this. Even businesses may not understand this, but in order to internal understanding of yours, the understanding of the data, this is very crucial. I will tell you about all this, okay? No matter. No problem at all, right? So this is about the data, how we can, this is about all those plots and how we can create them. This is basically, I'm using Python code and using matplotlib and c1 libraries to create all this. See, remember that these codes that are written here, you might not understand them as of now. Some of you might understand them as well, those who are already have gone through these things again, previously. But don't worry if you do not understand that. So remember that these all things are going to be discussed in very detail, starting with basics of Python in our IIT certified advanced data science program that we are going to have the next month, right? So this is what will be a very thoroughly discussed in there. And remember, this is a 1 hour webinar, so we have to quickly catch up to that. So it's very hard to discuss these kinds of complexity and the code. But still, if you have any question on that, definitely I'll try to help you on that, right? So this is about the types of visualization we have, right? Now, how do we actually choose the effective visualization? That is very important. How do we actually choose the effective visualization? The principle of effective visualization, right? So remember that when I was actually learning this, so one thing I for sure learned, and which surprised me, is that the cleaner plot is the best plot. right? Remember that overburdening the information in the visualization is never a good way to start with, right? If you are showing so many complicated plots, so much complicated plots, so much information, too much information in the visualization, then that is not a good way to do that. So your plot or your visualization must be clear and simple, right? That is a best way to visualize the data and show it to the user, right? And you have to show the intuitive design. I will also give you the example of this as well in the code as well, right? And the next thing is the use of color. The color that you are using, right? This should match with the the storytelling that you are going to do, the visualization that you are going to do. For example, let's say I have a data of, let's say, students like learning and getting the marks, right? I have the data of student marks. Let's say if I map the color red with those students who have got higher marks, it is not a good way. So what I will do, those students who have got failed, I will mark those data with the red color, right? And those students who have got the highest mark, they will be going to green color. Those students are who are in the in between, in the middle, they will go in the amber color. So this is how we use a proper color in the data. And again, the next thing is avoiding the junk chart. Basically, as I told you, that clarity and simplicity is the key to the best visualization. Similarly, avoiding the chart and junks makes your visualization clear and simple, right? That's the next thing. Now let me just show you a basic understanding, how can we actually make these visuals into that. So for example, this example, if you see here, that we have see here, I mean, I think we have lost that. Okay, so as I have already talked about that, so I mean, those things that you are going to understand there, that makes this this clear and simple plots, intuitive design, using the very good colors and avoiding the chart junks. This is something that you have to remember while creating the plots. Now the next thing, as I've already just introduced you about that as well, that what kind of data suits what kind of plot. So this is a very important thing. You cannot actually visualize the data into every manner that you want, right? So the data that you have a specific chart type, right? So not every kind of data can be presented in every chart. So this is something you have to remember, right? For example, if you have to show the proportion, of the some area, let's say you want to show the population proportion of the world, then pie chart becomes the best example for that, right? Then you are going to show what proportion of population is in India, what proportion of population is in China, and what are the rest of the other countries have. Out of total 100% population that we have on earth, how much percentage of India have, how much percent of China have. So that is the best suitable plot for pie chart, the best data for the pie chart, right? So similarly, there might be another plot as well. You might say some other plot as well. That is another way. Maybe tree map is another plot that shows the same as well, right? But this is how we we actually choose the plot, like tree map and the heat map. What kind of data can be supported for that? So right, that is very again important thing to consider, right? And matching the data type with the chart type is a very crucial thing. And again, this is going to be discussed in very detail into our master class, right? So for categorical data, if you have these bar charts are the very best example. For example, let's say I will just show you this visualization in here. There we have, see, this is the data for that. For example, the average score in mathematics, science, English, history, and art. These are the average score of the students in there. And here, the same thing is marked by here. So you see, this is not a correct graph. This particular graph, the pie chart, is not the correct graph for this data. You'll not be able to understand anything with that. But if you see here, if you see the bar, we compare the bar, which bar is higher, which bar is lower, then you will be able to understand that which subject has the lowest average mark. That you can see is the history, right? So you can compare, but by looking into this, you cannot actually do that. Okay. Right. So this is something that you have to understand and then you have to take care about, right? Right. Let's go to the next thing that we have. You guys can still see the screen, right?
Yeah, no, Akash, we
Yeah.
can't see the screen. We can't see the screen.
1 second. Let me just share it again, okay? All right, perfect. I guess you guys can see now.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So thanks, great. Yeah, so let me just show you that visualization as well, about that. Right, so this is a bar graph. Now, if you have a time series data, right, if you have a time series data, then the line plots are the best suited graphs for that. So on x-axis you will have the time, on the y-axis you will have the corresponding data, whatever data you have. You might have the GDP of the nation, a particular nation, or multiple nations if you want to show in the same graph, right? Or if you have something else, let's say the sales of a company, right, that can also be shown. The x-axis will be, x-axis will be the time, and the points, the line will denote the sales of a particular product for a company, or multiple products of a company, product A, product B, and so on and so forth. Right. So the time series data is best suited for, the line trends or the linear plots are very, very best suited for that. Now, again, if you have variables to, visualize the correlations and all, then you can simply plot a scatter plot if you want to see the relationship between two variables. Now, if you see here, the plot that we have right now, in this case, that is nothing but this the height and weight of students of subjects. So here you can see clearly it shows an upward trend. So we can, based on this, these two variables, we can identify the trends, the correlation between the data, and this upward trends, as you can see, by as the height increases, the on an average the weight also increases. In some cases, it remains the same, or it goes down, that we also see. But mostly, as the height increases, the weight increases, and there is a positive correlation in that, so that we can understand by looking into the scatter plot. So the scatter plot are best suited plot for that. Now, similarly, we have the hierarchical data. If you have some hierarchical data, then tree maps becomes very, very crucial part for that. And similarly, if you want to show the data densities or something else like that, so then you can use the the heat maps for that. So as you can see here, especially for the geospatial data, let's say if you want to show the population densities in certain cities, so where you will see more dense color or higher density color, then that you can understand that there is a large density or high density in that. So this is a best suited for that. Now, if you want mismatch the plots and mismatch the data, then that is not going to be show the information that you want to show to the business, right? Ultimately, what we are going to do, we are going to show these things to the businesses. And sometimes, or most of the times, the businesses are not that much technical as we are, being a data scientist. So we'll have to show them into a very layman's term. We'll have to show them into a very, very perfect visualization that we can make, right? So that is something that you have to take care of. Now, you might ask, what are the tools and the software that we are going to use in order to do that? So there are very, very crucial parts. Somebody also asked this question in the beginning of the session as well. So here is your question. So we are actually, there are a lot of tools. You might know about them as well. So for example, Tableau is very, very famous tool for data visualization as well. Power BI is again a very, very well, organized, diversified, and very, very widely used tool for the data visualization and storytelling as well. And along with that, D3JS is one of the JavaScript library that supports the interactive visualization. And other than that, if you're working in Python, then there are a huge amount of Python libraries like Matplotlib. You have like all the coding that I already told you guys, that was on the Matplotlib itself, right? Matplotlib and Plotly and Seaborn, right? And if you have to work in Python with the geospatial data, then ggplot is the again a library for that. And then Altair, Bokeh, Pygal, and Geoplotlib, again very widely used libraries when you are developing the things in Python programming language, right? So that is another thing that you have to take care of. Okay, so remember these tools, and remember that these tools we are going to discuss again in our IIT certified masterclass in data science, and these tools are going to be discussed in a very detailed manner, so that you guys will be industry ready, right? I personally use Power BI in Deloitte for data visualization and storytelling. All right. So let's say all these tools you can simply go and search on search on Google, and you'll be able to find them out. So these Tableau, Power BI, these are very widely used tools, and if you can know about them, so basically these some of them are basically organization use, some of them are free to use. Mostly all the Python libraries will be free to use for you guys, and these Tableau and Power BI are organization use. Maybe you'll have to buy that as well, right? So this is something that you need to take care of. All right, let's move to the next thing that we have. What is the importance of interactivity in our graphs, in our visualization? So mostly the thing that you are working on in Python. So in Python, most of the things like Matplotlib and Seaborn just tells us to give and customize our graphs, but they do not offer, or very less modules are there or libraries are there which offers the interactivity, right? Other than that, the tools that I talked about, like Tableau, Power BI, Alteryx is also one of the very important and widely used visualization tool and data storytelling tools as well. So those offer interactive interactive graphs. I've also example of that. Plotly actually offers us to create interactive graphs as well. So that also I'm going to tell you guys. And what are the benefits? So when you have a static graph, right? Whatever graph that you have, and the people can see that, maybe you will have to write more code for that, or maybe you will have to generate more plots for that. But if you have an interactive graph, so the user which is using that, he becomes an instead of being an audience, he becomes a user of that. So remember that as soon as the audience becomes a user, there is an emotion gets attached to that, and this is a very crucial thing that you have to understand, right? So when a user becomes an audience, he will use your product, and he will actually use eventually more and more and more. So let me just show you a very basic understanding of this as well. How can we make the visualization? So here, let me just show you interactive. How can we make the visualization interactive? So now here you can see. Okay, so there you can see this is a normal graph, and similarly, if I let's say run this, let me just run this and this. Okay, wait. Maybe we'll have to run this all in the beginning. Okay, this is not running right now. Not sure why. So this actually uses the bar chart. The okay, leave it. This one is. So I think Go is not running in here right now. Okay, leave it. Okay, so let's move to the next thing now, which is this. So what are the other things that you have to take care of? When you are going to create a plot, then you have to avoid few things, right? First thing is misleading the scale, right? For example, let's say if we have this data, okay, if we have this data, so now I'm going to show you two plots for that. Let's see this particular graph, the first one, or let's see this one, right? So if you see the scale that you have here, it starts from 900 and goes to 1000, And if you see the first value, which is A, the first category, which is A, is somewhere, towards 930. And the last one, which is somewhere at 980, but it seems like there is a very, very huge difference between A and E, right? Similarly, if you see it here, this particular graph, the third one, that tells about there are very, very minute difference between A, B, C, and D, right? So when you talk about the graph, the scale should be very, very clear, and you should not use the misleading scale, right? That's the first thing that you have to understand. Otherwise, like, this is also a correct graph, the middle one, right? If you want to know that, so basically this particular thing tells that this is not starting from zero, right? This particular thing in the graph that says adding zero break, that is that the graph scale is not starting from the zero. Okay, so that also gives add another information, so that the people will be cautious and they will not be able to understand. I mean, they will be able to understand that this is to show a clear, distinct difference between the data, between A, B, and C. How much total difference is there? But if you see, the actual difference is very, very less. But this is for intellectual people. But if any layman's is going to use that, if you are going to show to the layman's people, then you have to choose which graph you are going to show to which to what team. If they are intellectual, then you can show this particular graph to them as well, the middle one as well. Otherwise, you can show to the layman, to a when you are working with people, you know what kind of people they are, right? So you can choose the visualization based on their knowledge as well, right? So that is another thing. Again, overloading with the information, right? The other thing, pitfalls to avoid is that you do not actually create a graph which has so many different things in the graph. So that actually distracts our mind and does not let us perceive the information which is there in the data, right? So that is one more thing. As I told you, when I was learning about this, so the first thing that shocked me is that the neat and clean graph is the best graph. So you do not actually overload the information within the graph, right? So that's the thing. And again, ignoring the context. So whenever you are actually working on any data, right? So you have to understand the context of the data that you are working on, right? If it is related to cricket, if it is related to any other game, if it is related to economy, if it is related to power or any other context that you are working on, maybe based on that, you can choose a different color. Maybe based on that, you can choose a different theme, right? Maybe based on that, you can choose a different graph, because one data can be presented in, as I told you, into 2 or 3 or many different ways. So based on that, if you have the context, then you can choose the correct graph. So for example, all of us might have seen that, the run rate, when we see the match, right? So all of us, we see that the comparison of the teams, how they play, whenever we see the wickets, we do not see a dot, we see a ball, right? That ball indicates the wicket. So that is a very, very good example of taking the context into the graph, right? So that is a very, very good example. And again, color, again, India uses mostly blue color, Australia uses mostly yellow color, Pakistan uses green color. So the color is again very, very suitable. I mean, you have to choose the color very, very precisely if you are going to make a correct plot. Now let me just show you that again as well in here. So now here you can see, right? This is overburdening the information, right? In here, we have a graph that is very, very lenient, right? That shows the information. Now anybody sees that. So here you can see this is nothing but somewhere between 115. This is 130 and so on, right? But here like 110, 100, 110, right? Showing the numbers exactly. And then there is another data, something plot here. So that is actually overburdening the information, right? Some might say that, yeah, this helps us to understand the graph better. But again, remember that the neat and clean graph, as you can understand, and again, in the context of whom you are going to present this, that is also very, very, that is very, very important to understand, right? Let's talk about the next thing that we have. That is the pitfalls to avoid. Within the pitfalls to avoid, we have some more things. So see, here again we have a misleading scale, right? Here again we have overloading the information. For example, here we have, if the height of the bar is exactly used for representing the amount, so there is no need to write the amount in here. But still, somebody can say that, okay, this helps us to understand the exact amount, exact number, exact count. So that is also fine. But sometimes it becomes overburdened. So that is something you have to understand. Where is the limit, right? Again, ignoring the context, like unit misusing and all that. So you do not have to ignore the context as well when you are going to give the data. And then color misuse. If you see this is totally, absurd colors. I don't just want to look like, I just don't want to create any graph that looks like this. Remember that. So color using is a very, very crucial. Using a very, very good colors is very, very crucial in that term as well. Right. So let's move to the next thing that we are going to understand. Right. So these are the pitfalls to avoid. Now, what are the futures, future of the data visualization, right? So right now we are using the tools like, we are using the tools like Power BI. We are using the tools like Alteryx. We are using the tools like, Tableau, right? So these are nothing but the business intelligence tool, right? The visualization tool. But in the future, you might say that these might not be relevant. As I told you already in the beginning, that the tools that we are using right now are the tools that we were using, let's say a decade ago. Right now, we might not be using them, right? Some of them we might be using, some of them we might not be using, right? So similarly, the tools that we are using now may not be relevant for the future. So what is the future trend? The future trend is the predictive analytics visualization, right? The predictive analysis that we are doing, like the machine learning, data science, like the machine learning, deep learning, everything, that is the predictive analysis, right? So that is something, very, very, welcoming. That is very, very, future most thing that we can predict that will come. And other than that, augmented reality, everyone might have understood the idea of, augmented reality and virtual reality, where we blend, the visuals within the, let's say, you might have also seen the latest, Apple glasses as well. So that is basically a very, very cool example of AR, that actually, blend the graph, the visuals within our environment. Right? So that is an augmented reality. Virtual reality gives you, a total different background and a total different thing that you see. So that is also kind of visualization, right? If you want to make a career in there as well, that is also a very, very crucial thing that you can do, right? So that is again a very, very important thing. And automation, automation and AI creating the visualization. Right now, you might have heard about the tools like, Chat GPT, and Google have also created its tool like Bard. So you can tell them anything and they will be able to do anything for you, right? So right now they are just text-based thing, right? Basically, Chat GPT's parent company OpenAI had also given us, a tool that was named as, I would say, I don't exactly remember the tool name, but basically what you can do is you can tell that tool to write a code to do something, and that tool will write that code for you, right? So that was, I had also tried that as well, but I don't think that they just discontinued that as well. So these kind of automations, these kinds of, AIs are going to take over on that. So for that, we have to be, industry ready and up ready for the market, right? So these are the things that are, going to be for the, beginners, those who are, beginning their, those who are beginning their career. You must take these things into account. Again, tips for the beginners, those who are starting their career, those who are starting their studies right now. How can you learn about this? So remember that you will not be a master in just one day or in just one, webinar by looking into one webinar. This is just to guide you. This is just to tell you about the basics. This is just to, tell you how can you get started? How can you begin with this, right? But ultimately, you have to juggle around. Ultimately, you have to search the thing around, right? And then start the basic. So the first rule of thumb is to start from the basic. Do not just try to be an expert in just one day. Start from the basics, practice regularly, seek the feedback from your seniors, those who are in that corresponding field. If there is your mentor or if there is someone else, seek the feedback. Ask them what is exactly wrong with this. How can we enhance this? And they stay updated with the trend, the current technologies that people are using. Maybe you can talk to talk to your colleagues that who are working in the same field. You can join the groups and social media groups about this in LinkedIn. You can join the communities, right? So those who talk about the trend and whatever is the new in the market, right? So this is something that is the tips for the beginners, and then you can start anything. Again, if I just summarize this, I'll start again from the beginning. Data visualization is a very, very powerful tool, and in this time of I would say data driven world where everything is related to the data, it is a very, very crucial I would say skill to have, right? The next thing is, what is the visualization. Again, I have already talked about the visualization. What are the different kinds of visualization that we have, and why do we actually visualize our data? Again, faster to understand, identify the patterns, and helps us in decision making. And also the storytelling part that I talked about is a very, very crucial about the visualization. Why do we actually visualize? So with the help of the visualization, we can tell the story that we may not be able to tell without the visualization. So that is a very, very crucial thing that we must understand, right? And again, the different types of visualization that I talked about, the pie chart, the bar graph, the line plot, the scatter plot, the heat maps, tree maps, and all those different kinds of plot that you can use for different kinds of data, right? Again, there are some principles of effective data visualization that you must know, and I just want to have a quick recap of that. That is the clarity and simplicity. The simple and clear plot is the best plot. Remember that. Intuitive design, right? You should you should be very easy to navigate and understand the design as per the user's perspective in mind, right? And use the color and size, the color and the size that you're going to use, the scaling that you are going to use, that should be as per the as per the context, that what kind of data that we have. And again, avoiding the chart junks. You do not have to add unnecessary things in the data, unnecessary numbers and unnecessary visuals. There is no need to add them at all, right? So that is the another thing that you have to understand, right? And next thing is choosing the right visualization. What kind of a data is, what kind of visual is good for what kind of a data? That is a very, very crucial thing that you have to understand in this, right? Otherwise, you will not be able to even start a career in this. So in order to understand the data first, in order to understand the visualization first, you have to understand the data first, right? Once you understand the data, then you will be able to find out the correct visualization for that, right? So matching the data type with the chart, that is a very, very crucial thing. For example, if you have, let's say, this kind of a categorical data, then simply you can use a bar chart for that, right? For example, let's say you want to compare the marks of the students, different students or different subjects, right? So the subjects will be on the x-axis, their marks, the average marks will be on the y-axis based on the height of the graph. That is again a good way to use the bar charts. Again, if you have a time series data, then you can use the linear graphs, right? Line charts. If you want to show the correlation between two variables or different variables, then you can use the scatter plots, right? And if you want to show the the hierarchical data, hierarchical structure data, then again you can use the tree maps. And if you want to show the data densities, then you can use the heat maps and all, right? Yeah. So again, we also talked about the tools, Power BI, Tableau, and the Python libraries and all, and Plotly, Seaborn, Altair, and Bouquet. These are the Python libraries. Your plots should be interactive. The very, very important thing about the plot is that when you make an interactive plot, you just putting the life into a dead graph, right? So that is something very, very important that you have to understand. Again, there are few things that you cannot do in the plot when you are creating the visualization. That is misleading the scale. I've already talked about that. Overloading, overburdening the information in the graph, and ignoring the context and misusing the color. So you have to make these all things right in order to make a perfect looking plot, right? Yes, the visualization, the future of the data visualization, as I already talked about, the predictive analytics and augmentation and virtual reality in the data visualization is going to be very, very crucial. And the automation and AI creating the visualization, as we are seeing right now happening that as well, right? Tips for the beginners: start from the basics, practice regularly, seek feedback, and stay updated with the trends that you have, right? So I would say that's it. That's it, guys. Thank you again, everyone, for listening this patiently. And now, if you have any question, I would love to answer your questions and queries.
Hello guys, I think you all can have put in your questions related to anything that you have. Also, thank you, Akash, for this very insightful webinar. I mean, I also got to know a lot of things about data science, which I had not known up until now in this depth. Okay. I think, did you answer Devanshu's question? I think Devanshu has asked Replit tool.
Yeah, actually, this is not a very widely used tool, but there is no tool that you cannot learn. But if you have already gone through, I would say, the trending tools that we have like Tableau and Power BI, then definitely you can go with the Replit or any other tool, any new tool that you want to learn. Definitely, it's good to have in your pocket. But definitely, I would suggest to start with the trending tools that are that make you job ready up market, which are nothing but the Tableau, Power BI, Alteryx, and these tools. Definitely.
Okay, thank you, Akash. Devanshu, I hope we answered your question. If you feel like we haven't, you can still. Jatin has a question, which is which one is good to use, Excel or Power BI? What do you think, Akash?
Yeah, sure. That's a very, very good question. And to answer your questions, I'll tell you the makers of these are the same, which are nothing but the makers of Windows operating system and the Microsoft. I would say when you start using this, Excel, whatever was in the Excel, they have brought everything in Power BI, right? So like Excel was, they're just calculating the different formulas and all that. Like Excel is a programming language in itself, right? But for the visualization, they have made another tool. But yeah, there are functionalities in the Excel as well. So like you can understand the Power BI is a super set of Excel in terms of visualization, right? So I hope I have answered your question. Yeah, Power BI.
I think we have another question, which is from Kathir Pandian. Sorry, Kathir, if I mispronounce your name. But yeah, his question is, sir, where can we look to find a job related to ML and data science? Suggest some sources. I think before Akash answers this question, Kathir, I will right now take you to the website where everything about the IIT program that we have launched will be explained. We will also tell you about the hiring partners that we have, and we'll also tell you about the scenario of guaranteed paid internships that we provide in our computer science upskilling programs. So do not worry about that. We will definitely point that out in just sometime once we are done with all the questions. We have another question by Naveen, who's asking, in your point of view, whose role is important in this field, data analytic or data scientist?
Yeah, that's question on me, I guess. So basically, if you see, data analytics is mainly analyzing the data with the help of statistics and with the help of probability. So data analytics majorly focus on the maths part, right? Understanding the trends and all those different things using the statistics and the probability, which is basically the math. But the data science, when you add the machine learning into that, when you add the AI into that, that becomes the data science. So now I hope there is no, it's no brainer that obviously machine learning and data science, machine learning and AI, with the data analytics becomes data scientist. So definitely data scientist has a better scope, better salary, everything. But remember that data analytics, those who are already in the analytics, they have a really, really good analytical mind. So you must, you must have a really good understanding of analysis of the data in with the statistics, hypothesis testings, and all those different things. Then only you can become a good data scientist, right? Just knowing the machine learning, you cannot do that. So definitely data scientist is again has an edge over the data analytics.
Thank you, Akash. I think then we have another question. So I think Power BI is a very hot topic, huh? We have a lot of questions around that. We have one more question, which is by Namrata, which is better, Excel or Power BI? I think Akash just answered this question. Okay, so Akash just answered it maybe in a very short way. And if you are looking for a detailed answer again, Namrata, you can always come back to our YouTube page, which is Skillvertex's YouTube page. You can find out there. We put up all these webinar videos out there. We have all our demo program videos out there. We have almost any kind of query related question which is around the product majorly, right? Everything is covered there. So if you want a more detailed answer, you can always go back there. But right now Akash will answer the same question. uh, we have another question from Shivangi, which is also about Power BI. So if you can cover it in the same, that's why I'm mentioning it. So Shivangi has asked us here that from where can we learn more about Power BI in specific detail? Okay, Akash, go ahead.
So again, you can obviously you can join our master class that we are going to have here. We are going to have this Power BI in detail. Other than that, if you're looking for the source on the internet, then definitely there are contents in YouTube. There are contents on even you can join the different courses as well if you want. And there are the documentation, the official documentation of these are always the best thing to teach you, right? If you are a self learner, if you can do anything by just looking into the documentation, then definitely you should go to the documentation, which are a very, very good place to learn about any tool, not only just Power BI, not only any programming language, anything that you want to learn right now. You can always find the official documentation of them, and they are the best way to make you learn about that. And definitely, I mean, if you search on the internet, you will find individuals talking about Power BI, the discussion boards. If you have any queries and questions, you can join the communities where you can discuss your problems and all. And definitely YouTube, good
Thank you, Akash. I think that answers her question very well. We have then Ajit asking this question: what is the roadmap of becoming a data scientist? I think this answer is again hidden in the same thing that
so this
we
is a
are
very,
launching
very
a similar program, which is actually a roadmap. You sign up for this program, and you don't only become just a data scientist; you become a data scientist who is certified by IIT Roorkee, and he will also be taught by mentors who are certified by IIT Roorkee, and we have the approval for as the same. And they will not just be certified from IIT Roorkee; they are also industry experts, just like Akash here, who has a lot of experience in Deloitte. So I think that would be that. If there are any other technical questions that are related to the topic, or maybe related to whatever you guys got to grasp here today, then maybe you would then maybe you can shoot it. Okay, fine. I think we have a lot more course related questions, Akash. We'll just wait for 30 seconds more, or 1 minute more. If there are any technical questions, then we'll shift it to the IIT program. Okay, Ram Krishna is asking what is the fee of the course. Again, Ram, we will answer it in just a few minutes once we take you to the program. So I think if there are no questions as such, everybody can maybe drop a thumbs up or anything in the chat. Then we will talk about the IT program. We'll present that in the screen as well. So I guess. Okay, there is another question. Fine. There is one question which is from Kadam. Yes, that I understand certificate will be provided, but I ask you, that is like IIT students, can we get alumni status? No, I don't think so. We can give you alumni status of the college there. Okay. you will of course get the certification from IIT for the knowledge and for the program that you have done. So basically your skill set will be verified from IIT certification. But again, alumni status is something for which you have to be there in the college. Alumni by word itself means is a very direct thing that you have to have some experience in the college as well. Shivangi here is again for a question, which is when and from where we will get this certification for this course. You will get this certification for this course from IIT Roorkee in collaboration with their iHub cell, and also in collaboration with Skillvertex. Okay, fine. We will take it to I think the program. Yeah. Okay. I think everybody can see it. Akash, can you see it nicely?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, guys, this is the program that we have been talking about for so long. We are starting a new program, which is, of course, called Advanced Certification Program in Data Science, which is in collaboration with iHub Divya Sampak and also IIT Roorkee. And along with that, in collaboration with Skillvertex, where you will become a certified professional in data science field. Okay, now I'll show some light on the key highlights and takeaways. Okay, this is something that I think we have already mentioned, which is I have Divya Sampak and IIT Roorkee certification is there. We are going to be trained by industry experts, which are as nice like Akash. You can already see how important it is to him for the the queries and the questions, the doubts. Apart from that, how in depth he has knowledge about the topic and everything else. Um, and after that we will be having capstone projects and assignments at the same time. So what these assignments are basically is I think Akash will show you better light about the assignments. Akash, right? Why don't you tell them about the assignments and the capstone projects? Akash, you're on mute. Akash, you're on mute. Akash,
Yeah, I think I'm audible now.
yeah, you're audible, Akash.
Okay. Sorry for the long response, guys. So yeah, the question was regarding the assignments and the capstone project that we are writing. So see, by the end of this course, you must be able to, create your own, I would say, web application, performing a certain AI action, right? Like if you want to do something, if you want to create or let's say there is some idea in your mind, right? If you want to make that live, and not only some normal idea that we have, but machine learning and AI related idea that you have in mind, and you want to bring that into your into life, right? So then this program, at the end of this program, you will learn all those technologies which will help you do that. So the major project, the capstone project, that is going to be exactly like that. I mean, those guys who have their own idea in their mind, they can implement their own project. Not only that, those guys who have, who are not able to find, and then we will also assist them, and we will give them a particular project that will actually, a particular project that will help them to create and use all those things that we have taught together, right? Starting with Python, right? Starting with Python programming language, from the very basics, then visualization, machine learning, statistics, data science, AWS for deployment and all. There is a huge, I mean, if you want to just go through about that, you can go through all the syllabus of that. And the course that the assignment that we are going to have on each module, let's say if we complete Python, then you'll have assignments on Python and different aspects of Python as well, covering all the topics. When you complete the visualization, you're going to have assignment on visualization as well, creating a dashboard or something for storytelling, right? And when you complete a particular module, let's say there is SQL as well, when you complete SQL, there will be an assignment after that as well. And when you complete the whole course, there will be a major project, the capstone project that you can say, and that will cover the whole thing. then you can bring your your idea of machine learning or any AI product that you may have. You can bring that into life for sure. That's my words.
All
Okay.
right, thank you, Akash. Apart from that, you will also get doubt clearing sessions and mentor assistance, and then you will get 40 plus hours of live classes and an access to our LMS portal, and that is a lifetime access. So basically, guys, it means that suppose you went through the program right now, and you got to grasp everything, and then maybe everything works out. You get placed through us, and you're working in a company, and everything is going on. But as Akash has also explained, there are a lot of concepts that we cover in data science, and not all concepts will be used in your applications in the company, right? One project might come which uses these applications, and then some projects can be there which are not using these applications. Okay, so you might forget a few things. So due to this lifetime access of LMS control, LMS portal, you can always go back to the lectures. You can always just have a view of what you did before, and have a quick revision, which will get you back on track with whatever project comes up in your company. All right. Apart from that, we provide placement assistance and mock interviews. So our placement assistance is the final stage of the program in the IIT program. After you're done with your projects and everything else, what happens is that we train you to have that sort of a persona in an interview that you can crack it as easily as possible. And we also train you theoretically in a way that is how to build your cover letter, how to build your resume, what kind of cold blasting of emails you want to do if there is some kind of a dream company that you're aiming for, right? What all projects should you include in your GitHub profile? What all things should be there in your portfolio to make it stand out from the applicants that they already have? And not just this, since we already have partnered with these companies as our hiring partners, then due to that, your resume naturally will always be in one of the highlights. Your resume will always get the limelight first, apart from the other people. And then our placement assistance will be good enough that you can bag a placement there as well. Okay, now let's focus on the certification that you will get. The certification will look something like this, actually almost like this. It will have all the signatures of the dignitaries and everything else. It will have a date of issue, and it will have a certificate ID and a link attached to it, through which you can verify the status of this certification directly originating to IIT Roorkee. So anywhere that you go, this is valid, not just in India, but internationally as well. All right. Now we have about the program, which I think we have already discussed, and you can go through it on the website if you want to in detail. If you want to know the curriculum exactly, what are the modules, what is this, what are the classes, what are the exact capstone projects, what are the topics about them, what are the assignments, what are all the companies that have partnered with us, and you also want to see testimonials, as into the clients that we have catered before, our alumni, right? Their journey, what are they doing right now, what were they doing before they were a part of Skillvertex, and they got to upskill with us. So everything is in detail mentioned in this brochure. It's, I think, more than 15 pages. It covers everything nicely about the company, about the program, what can you get out of the program, and what can you make out of yourself after you have done this program. Now if you guys are interested in how the collaboration happened and why the collaboration has happened, that is also very nicely mentioned on our website. You can read about the collaboration, and you can understand why IIT has come together with Skillvertex to put forward this program out there in the market. Main agenda for us was always to upskill as many students as we could, and we wanted I think a bigger credibility to get added to it, not just us, and not just their experience. So I think that was the main motto always there. But we also wanted a very big certification to get added up into our students portfolios that sort of sets them apart, right? That is why we are here. That is what brings us to this. Now there are all these job avenues that a lot of people have been asking, that what all can I do after I do this program. So these are all the sort of job profiles that you can become. You can become a data scientist, you can become a data analyst, you can become a machine learning engineer, and so on. So all that is mentioned in detail in the website, and you can go through it if you want to, and you can think about it. Then moving forward, these are our hiring partners. So the brochure has everything in list. Of course, you can't view them here. These are the most prestigious hiring partners we have. That is why we have mentioned them here. But once you go through the profile, you can go through every profile of the hiring partner we have, and you can see for yourself that once you are connected with Skillvertex, you're also connected with a bigger organization, bigger community out there. There's this one thing that, Akash, we have been always said since childhood, that it's very important to be maybe have one friend who knows a million friends. But I think that is that one friend that Skillvertex is going to be for you in your career, because our hiring partners, the limit is always growing, and that is what we will connect you all to. So if you want to view the curriculum on the website also, there is an option, but I would suggest that you download the brochure and go through it in detail at your leisure time. But everything is available on the web page as well. Now, the capstone projects we have been talking about so much right now. These are all the capstone projects that this program will cover. It can also get added or removed in your program, depending on your company, or depending on what exactly you're looking for, because our mentors are very facilitated to this. But apart from that, major thing is, these are the major capstone projects that we will that you will be doing with the support and guidance of our mentors when you sign up for this program. All the tools that you will learn are mentioned here. Vakash has already gone through all the tools so many times, but still, if there are queries and you want to see what exact tools, what not, again, the brochure is the key, guys. Download the brochure, go through it, and just book a call back with us, and you can become a part of the next batch, which is starting next month. All right. Now we have what our alumni say about us. So this contains everything, whatever feedback we have received from people we have placed in different companies, or people who have learned from here and used that knowledge to get placed in different companies, both kind of profiles. And if you want to know what exactly is their review, of course this is text, but if you want to know what exactly is their review, then again you can go to our YouTube page. We have recently launched our testimonial videos as well, where our students have talked about their career, how their career was going, what were their doubts and everything else, and how we as a company or an organization has helped these students to get to their dream placements. And that YouTube page is the main page, which also contains all these demo videos, and also will be containing this webinar again. So anything that you miss here, you can just go there, and along with the timestamp, you can check it. Not an issue. So our placement assistance in depth will be covering mock interviews, resume building, personality development, group discussions, of course. People are sometimes they get a little scared, or they say ki, I think I'm not getting this because I'm a little introvert or something like that. And that is a real issue we have faced in in our colleges also. It's like someone who can speak well gets ahead of us, but we have more knowledge, right? And we always wanted to bridge this gap. As 18, 19 year olds in college, it has a very huge emotional impact also on you, that we just had to these things. If we were in a different maybe sect, or maybe if we were in a different kind of cultural upbringing, maybe we would have been fluent with all of this. So we also bridge all of these gaps, so you will never feel insecure about what skills you have and how can you present them to an organization that is very much interested in hiring you. Okay, we have one question right now that popped up, so I'm going to go through that once. Does any graduate student will receive internship with job, or directly get job placed for any organization? I'm having a tough time understanding the question. So Prathmesh is asking, does any graduate student will receive internship with job, or directly job placed in an organization? See, you will, I think, what, Prathamesh, if I'm also unable to clear this doubt, because I'm unable to get it at the first place, because this question has two different kind of directions. So here is apply for the course, which is right in front of your screen. Apply for IIT certification. You just have to fill these details, and your callback will be booked. Tomorrow, first thing in the morning, in Monday, our team will contact you, and whatever questions you have will be sorted there. Means guarantee student will receive internship with job, or directly get a job. Don't worry, Pratmesh, this question will be in depth answered to you. But we have guaranteed paid internship program, which is our CSE upskilling programs. This program provides you with placement assistance and provides guaranteed mock interviews and guaranteed job interviews in other companies. Cracking them, of course, will rely to you. And the internship and that job part that you have asked, that differs from company to company. If somebody is hiring for maybe an internship that converts to PPO role, then they will directly get internship only. And if somebody is directly hiring just for the job profile, then you can get it. Completely caters to what the company needs at that point of time and which company you are getting shortlisted into. Now we have where our alumni works. Then again, key to this is our brochure. And after that, we have program fee. So the fee structure is actually distributed into two parts. There is also full payment and there is also EMI available for all the users. And if you want to discuss this entire fee structure scenario in depth and better, then again, you just have to go here, book a call back with us, apply and start now, and our team will get in touch with you to book your slot for the program and book your slot for the next month. Prathmesh, I think he's just happy that I answered his question. He said, "Okay, sir, thank you. Thank you for asking Prathmesh." Ram Krishna is asking again, which Ram Krishna is asking, at present, we are in a course of data science in Skillvertex. Can we join this course? Is this flexible? Again, you will have to get in touch with our support team, Ram. And they can help you with the transfer or whatever kind of solution both of you guys come together to. I'm eventually helping present this entire scenario to everybody. So this is something that we will have to go through more details about your program, what you're doing, how many months has it been, and whatnot. But of course, if you want to join this course, you can join this course. It's not an issue. I mean, of course, we have a small screening test for the program since it's a certification from IIT, but anybody who is in the same tech world for so long, I think should be able to clear this small test. Yeah, I think that is it. All that is there on our website. The same link for this is already dropped in the chat. You can go through it. I will still copy it and present in the chat once more. You can go through the entire website, a web page again, and you can download the brochure and you can book the call back. I tell you, we have launched this program 1.5 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago, and most of our slots have already filled up for the next month. We have few last slots left, so whosoever wants to apply for this, please apply soon. So Uday has asked, like, we are learning in data, we need to join for the same. Is there any program linked with IIT? Yes, Uday, this is the program which about the advanced certification in data science by IIT Roorkee and Skillvertex, and this is the course which is linked with IIT. And yes, if you want to join it, it can happen, but you will have to talk to the support team once, and they will clarify your doubt there. Not an issue. Are there any questions on the floor? Then I can answer them, or then otherwise we shall be wrapping it. It's a Sunday evening. I don't want to take up everybody's time anymore. Yeah. Okay. Akash, how to get a call back? Ram Krishna. Okay. Ram Krishna, just go to the website. On the website, once you scroll down, just below placement assistance, you have apply for IIT certification mentioned right over here. It has your full name, number, and email asking. You fill that, you apply now, you download the brochure, go through it. While you're going through it, just wait peacefully and calmly, and somebody from our team will get in touch with you very soon. Okay, guys, I think all the questions for the floor are done. Thanks a lot, Akash, for this very insightful webinar. I mean, almost I also could grasp a lot of topics, and I think I had a very good key takeaway that Power BI is very important. because everybody has mentioned that around the chat a lot of the times. And Namrata has asked again actually that, sir, I lost connectivity and due to it, I think I couldn't understand anything which is better. So can you please explain it once more? So we'll just wrap this one question of Akash and then we'll wrap up the webinar.
Namrata's question I cannot see.
She has just asked, is NumPy, is Power BI better or Excel better?
Power BI or
Excel.
Excel. Yeah, I think I have already answered this question. So like Power BI is a subset of, superset of that Excel. So whatever this is in terms of visualization, remember that in terms of visualization, Power BI is a superset. So whatever which is there in Excel, all of the things are in the Power BI, and there are some other tools in order to make more visually appealing and more useful for the storytelling part of that. So but other than that, the formulas or the other things that you do in Excel is basically limited to Excel only, not Power BI. Power BI is a more of a visualization tool. So in terms of visualization, definitely Power BI is much better than the Excel.
Okay, thank you, Akash. Also, guys, I'm so sorry. I've kept pointing all of you guys to go down in the website link and fill for the form. If you just open the website link also right here at the right section, you can fill the form and apply for the IIT certification. That is also you getting booked for a callback from our team, and you will get a call back immediately. There is one question from Kathir, Kathir, which is, sir, is it necessary to learn the mathematics behind machine learning models? I think it's a general question. Just
I'll explain. I'll take this one. So basically, yes, I mean, definitely it is important. And don't worry, if you have a basic understanding of statistics, if you have a basic understanding of algebra, linear algebra, then definitely we are here. We have also, these things in our curriculum as well. So along with this is nothing but the foundation, and without foundation, you cannot go up. So these foundations we have also kept in the syllabus. And if you have a basic understanding of statistics, algebra, linear algebra, vector calculus, then definitely we are here to help you in learning that. And yes, it is important to learn mathematics behind the machine learning. Very important fact.
Okay, thank you, Akash. So Ramakrishna has asked again that how is placement assistance help if someone who's studying in second year like me? So Ramakrishna, someone like you studying in second year, if he or she applies to the program, gets IIT certification, then of course with an IIT certification you can get a guaranteed paid internship from the company. And once you get a paid internship and you do well, you will of course be highlighted and you can get a PPO from there later on, or you can use the same certification once you're passing out and get a job as well. So yes, that it will help get you a job. Don't worry. Yeah. So I think there are no more questions on the floor as of now. And I would like to thank you once more, Akash, for being so patient with every question. And thank you for, all your expertise and help. And also thank you for the PPT that you've prepared. Everything was very well explained in that. And I think the practical models that you showed us and how it happens in real time, I think actually showed us what the real picture is. Otherwise, you've seen data science and all that, these green lines start coming on the screen. You think of that hacking screen, but I think you get a real picture today what is happening in Deloitte. Okay, so thank you everybody. Thank you for coming to the session. Go ahead and sign up for our IIT certified program right now, and you'll get a call back tomorrow. Sign up soon because we have very few slots left for the next month, and become a certified IIT certified data scientist, and bag a great job in your dream company. Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for making this session so interactive, and thanks a lot for your participation. Hope we'll be in touch and we'll keep seeing your faces as one of our bright testimonials in the future.
All right, thank you guys. Thanks all. Thank you again. Bye.